Identifying whether a note is flat or sharp is such a big step in developing your musical ear, and of course is extremely important if we want to perhaps tune the bass to another instrument when we don't have the ability or luxury of using an electronic tuner. So, here's a way that you can use to tune your bass whilst also training your important musical ear. It's something that we call the 5-fret method. Here's the note of an E played on a piano. And I'd like both of us to tune our low E strings to this pitch. When tuning any string on the bass, I think that it's always easier to tune up to your target note. Tuning up to a note ensures that you're always increasing the tension in the string, and this in turn reduces the likelihood of it slipping on the tuning peg, losing tension and eventually going flat. Let's first start with our E strings tuned slightly flatter than the note from the piano. Remember that this is as much about exercising and training your musical ear to hear the pitch as it is about the tuning of the note. Aim to get your E string to sound like mine, and hear how it sounds flat to the note from the piano. We can distinctly hear the two different notes. Okay, slowly turn the tuning peg to increase the tension in the E string. Our goal is to tune the string up to the same note as the piano. As you do this, really listen to the sound of your bass against the note from the piano. You'll notice that the closer the two notes get, they appear to merge into one sound. This merging is an indicator that the pitches are the same and that both notes are resonating together. Okay, if you've accidentally tuned your bass sharp and carried on through what we call the sweet spot of both of those notes merging together, don't worry. Loosen your E string off and repeat the process again. The beauty of the 5-fret method is that we can now tune the remaining strings on the bass using the E string that we've now successfully tuned to pitch by ear. Hopefully, by now we understand that the fingerboard is divided into frets, and for every fret we go up, the pitch goes up by a semitone. Now, if we go up 5 frets on the E string, and look at the note values as we go up in pitch, you'll soon begin to see how this method works. I've put a shot up of the piano keyboard so you can see where the frets and notes on your bass correspond to those on a piano. So, we start on the open string E, and going up fret by fret, we have the notes of F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and next we have the note of A. It's this note on fret 5 that we can use as a reference to tune the next string up, which also happens to be an A. Now you can see why we call it the 5-fret method. By playing the A on fret 5, we can now tune up the open A string by ear to match this pitch, getting the open string to be perfectly in tune. To do this, just use the same approach as we've used to tune the E string previously. Start with the open A string just slightly flat to the pitch of the fretted note, and tune the open string up until both notes merge and sound identical. Once you have tuned the A string correctly, it's just a case of matching the pitch of the 5th frets to the next open string up. For example, fret 5 on the A string produces the note of a D, and the next open string up is also tuned to a D. Continuing the method, fret 5 on the D string is the note of G, and the next open string up available is also tuned to a G. So, that's how we can use the 5-fret method to tune the bass. In theory, it's a remarkably simple concept, but the main reason why I encourage you to use it is to help develop your ability to hear and identify pitch. Next time you tune your bass, by all means, use an electronic tuner, but only use it to tune the lowest string. From there, exercise these new skills and then use the 5-fret method to enable you to get the remaining strings perfectly in tune. Until next time, just keep practicing.